cultural diversity here is so deep that feeling out of place is very common. In our missionary and previous experiences in other countries, although there was a cultural diversity, it was nevertheless mitigated by the fact that we were in a context permeated by Christianity, or where the Catholic Church was not so much of a minority. It seemed to us that the first thing to do was to inhabit the city and attend all the social places where people go for their daily lives, commitments and work. We are here for the people, and everything that concerns them concerns us and is our business. Every opportunity is an opportunity to enter the culture and learn. It is not possible, for example, not to go to the cattle market just because at the sight of a foreigner they raise the price. You always hope that they will not cheat you, and you have to negotiate a lot. Then how about entering someone's house? Entering someone's home means entering someone's heart, sharing a meal. All are golden opportunities for empathy. Then one of the meals, we call it the pastoral of the fork, and we do it very well. The everyday life is the ground of evangelization. The trench, the first line, not to be deserted, is the place where the most unthinkable relationships may be born, and God always makes something happen. We are in a highly agricultural context. And no matter how much or how little land you have, you must put it to value. There is no choice. And that's when the effort of some self-sustenance actions come from, which for us from the city is a matter of great headaches, but also of irony, mocking us because we are still learning. We now have a stable with 5 dairy cows, their calves, a few plots of land, little more than a hectare. And if the cultural diversity is so deep that you don't know what topics to come up with to address a discussion, you can always start by saying, well, but how was your wheat this year? Or what are you feeding your cows? Everyday life is the main way to get into the heart of a people. Here in the prefecture, we often reflect on the overwhelming proportion between the 30 years of Jesus' life in Nazareth and the just under 3 of his preaching in Palestine. Jesus mingled with poor people, with ordinary people, worked with his own hands, and in the logic of the incarnation, the everyday life acquires a greater value, and God is present. 8 days after his birth also, according to tradition, he is presented in the temple by Mary and Joseph with a pair of doves. This was the offering provided for families in the lowest income bracket, a sign of Jesus' strong fellowship with the people and the poorest.